In today's demonstration, we show you the challenges for the company example business. Sally and Patrick, who are using Salesforce, need to exchange data with Peter, an external partner and supplier, and Custo, the customer. We also have Simone, an internal employee, who is doing post-sales support for the customer community. As it was recommended by their Salesforce admin to not store too much stuff in Salesforce to avoid huge storage costs, Sally and Patrick tried to use corporate tools, but that failed in the external collaboration with Peter. Peter was trying to use consumer-grade tools, but they actually failed because they were not allowed by corporate security policies. And this introduced several file servers and FTP servers for file exchange and, of course, email servers for external collaboration. The sales team uses Salesforce to store related content in that platform, while other content had to be stored on different servers to exchange data with colleagues who do not have Salesforce license or to share with external partners such as suppliers and customers. The result is a chaotic infrastructure where despite all these systems, it is a challenge to exchange data with internal and external collaborators. Maybe this example is also a bit applicable to you. Having data in several systems is inefficient as it slows down the sales process and causes delays. Trying to use consumer-grade collaboration tools to exchange data might be insecure. When Salesforce would not back up your data, then you are responsible for securing your files that you upload in that platform. Integrating other systems, like an order system or a ticket system, or even homegrown solutions would lead to a monolithic approach, which increases your integration costs. Again, from an efficiency perspective, you could give Peter and Simone, who today do not have access to Salesforce, an account, but that would not only increase license cost, it might also pose a security issue. And having files duplicated in multiple locations like FTP or file servers or email would only increase your infrastructure and storage cost. So how could Axway help you here? Let's see how Syncplicity as a content collaboration platform could reduce costs and improve efficiency. For this demo, we have Custo, the customer, who wants to have a mobile application built for him. In the process, we will see how Sally, the account manager, uses her favorite user interface of choice. Sally, as a salesperson, can use Salesforce, as is Patrick. But when Sally creates a new opportunity in Salesforce, it will trigger the creation of a Syncplicity shared folder that also Patrick can access and add documents in to work with Sally. Patrick can then share this folder with a non-Salesforce user, like Peter, the external partner. That would lead to one Salesforce license less. Instead, he will be giving a free Syncplicity account to collaborate. That means no more consumer-grade solutions for Peter to exchange documents. And we will also show in our demo how the Syncplicity platform will manage all data and make it accessible to partners with the appropriate security. Sally, who prefers to use Salesforce as her user interface, can even request the customer to sign the order at the end. And Simone, a colleague who does not have Salesforce, can find information in Syncplicity and share it with the customer. Let us show you how this would work in detail. We start with Sally creating an opportunity in Salesforce. After logging into Salesforce, Sally will see the opportunities and will create a new opportunity in Salesforce for this project. We give a close date, a name, Custo mobile app. We link it to an account and also assign it to the current stage, which is qualification. It is actually a new business because it's a new opportunity, a new customer for $100,000, and we're going to assign at this moment a partner as the lead source. And the next step is that we need to collect documents from the partner who's going to assist us with this. Sally gives a message to Patrick. Sally saves the opportunity and now she will add contact roles to the opportunity. One of them is of course Custo customer, because Custo customer will also take the decision in our demo. We select the role as the decision taker, and of course that means that Custo will receive the contract at the end. Next, Sally creates a few folders in Syncplicity directly from the Salesforce user interface. One for partner documents, one for the presentations, and one separate folder that will store the contract. Next, using Chatter, she will give Patrick instructions what to do next. which is requesting the partner for the documents and also add a presentation. Patrick, who's also linked to the opportunity, will automatically get access to the folder in Syncplicity and will now share it with Peter so he can add the documents for our project. Patrick logs in and sees in Chatter immediately the message related to the project. He is asked to add documents and clarifies the name of Peter Partner, and he will request the addition of the files in that folder. You see, Patrick can immediately share from the Salesforce user interface the folder with Peter Partner. He will give him editor rights and gives also an optional message with the instructions for Peter. Using the email address, that folder will be shared to that external partner. Peter has no account yet. In order to deliver the documents, he needs to simply activate his account. That's what we see here. Peter received the email from Syncplicity. The message comes from Patrick asking Peter to add the documents to the Syncplicity folder. When Peter clicks on Open Folder, he's asked to activate his account by entering his first name, last name, choose a password, and preferably also choose a location where he wants to store the data. After clicking Submit, he's giving access to the documents and he can start uploading the files. He simply selects the files from his desktop using the browser and upload the documents. When the upload is complete, Peter can add additional tags to the document. Adding tags helps you later to find back the document easier because you can not only search on full text or metadata, but you can also search on the tag words. Peter added some tags to the project template and now can also add an additional tag to the datasheet of the document. Another way to add content to Syncplicity is simply drag and drop. This video that demonstrates the mobile app is going to be used later. By drag and dropping the content, it will be automatically uploaded. Peter also wants to add some pictures. He will use drag and drop, selecting the images, drag them to the folder, and they will be uploaded automatically. By the way, it also generates thumbnails, so that makes it easier to see what the content is about before you actually need to download it. As a preparation for the demonstration tomorrow, Patrick still needs to upload his presentation and share it with Gusto Customer. Patrick, the project manager, logs into Salesforce and checks if Peter has uploaded all the content. That looks fine. In the other folder, Presentations, he will upload the presentation for tomorrow. This is the remote work presentation. The upload starts, and when it's complete, Patrick will rename the document to accommodate the meeting for tomorrow. Patrick also wants to share the presentation up front with Gusto. The link is automatically protected by an expiration policy. By clicking Email Link, Patrick enters the email address of Gusto Customer, adds optionally a message about the presentation, and click Send. With that, Gusto Customer will get the presentation beforehand. Then comes the day that example business will demonstrate their solution to the customer. It's important that Sally, who's driving this opportunity from Salesforce, can access all the documents, all the content related to the project. Simply navigate to the opportunity, which is currently in value proposition, navigate to the partner documents where she can either check out the demonstration or show it to the customer or share it as a link. The customer is very happy about the demonstration, and at the end of the demonstration, they want to move to the next stage. That actually means that Patrick needs to make an update on the budget calculation of the project. He can simply do that from Syncplicity. Just simply navigate to the document that is in Syncplicity, and using the Office Online capabilities, Patrick can modify the document in Excel Online. He updates the hours that are estimated for the project delivery, and when he's done, he simply closes the tab and the document will be stored in Syncplicity as a new version. The latest update is in Syncplicity and of course accessible in Salesforce. That means that now Sally can create an order that needs to be signed by Gusto Customer. In this demonstration, where we are now in Salesforce in the almost last stage of the opportunity, Sally navigates to the contract, which was either generated by herself or by a system. She can check out the document of course, also in a viewer inside Salesforce. You see here the proposal that is going to be sent to the customer. And once he's happy about the result, Sally can simply close the preview and ask the document to be signed, in this case using Adobe Sign, just as a demonstration how from Syncplicity and from Axway Amplify you can leverage other platforms in a business process. We see that the document is now scheduled to be signed by Custo Customer. So let's look on Custo Customer's desktop. Custo received an email from Sally asking him to sign the document. When he opens the document, he sees the message and the button to review and sign the document. Custo can browse through the document to review and investigate the document, and you see also here on the left the button to sign the document. That signing can be done from a mobile phone using your pen or an eID, and in this case Custo will just use a pen to digitally sign the document with a signature. He also adds his name to the signature and applies it to the document. In order to complete it, he clicks on the button click to sign, and that is done. From that moment we have a signed contract. Custo can download a signed copy for his own records. You see the signature here is at the bottom of the page, and that completes the digital signature. The next day that Sally logs into Salesforce, she now sees that the contract is signed. Navigating to opportunities, he sees that we are in the closed won stage, and she can, from the contract folder, which is in Syncplicity, she can retrieve the signed document. All documents, all content is stored safely in Syncplicity and accessible from Salesforce in order to view it or to share it with other people. That completes the collaborative process for Sally. But now let's look at other people in the organization who need to work and collaborate with the customer. Simone needs to exchange documents with Custo, but Simone does not have a Salesforce account. Simone instead uses Syncplicity to access all the folders for all projects and all accounts. So you see here that is a long list of folders and projects that she is responsible for. She can search for content, but maybe that will not reveal the correct content. Instead, Simone can also use the tags and keyword function search. So when she searches for tags using Custo instead or project number instead, she will find the appropriate folder, and from here Simone can see which content she would like to share with Custo. Simone decides to share the entire folder with Custo. Right mouse click on the folder, click share, enter the email address of the participant, which is Custo's email address. Then Simone also decides that Custo should have only read access to the folder, and she also opts to give a message to Custo about the folder that being shared to him. With respect to security policies that an admin defines in Syncplicity, users can easily share in a safe way content with external participants. Custo receives the email from Simone and sees the message about the documents that are waiting for him to be accessed. When clicking on open, he has been given access to the folder, and Custo can decide to download the entire folder to his computer. The bulk download feature allows you to download an entire folder content and folder structure to your computer as a single zip file. Custo can open the zip file. That zip file, because it contains the entire folder structure and content in one single file, he can copy paste the content to a folder that he creates on his desktop for the Griffin app that he wants to launch. Pasting the documents in here will make the documents available for him on his computer. And with that, we conclude our demo of the Salesforce integration. As a summary, we showed you how multiple people in different roles from different companies could access their preferred user interface, Salesforce, Syncplicity, or mobile or browser, and collaborate in a cross-enterprise business process, workflow, or project.